Hi, it's Paul from Hurricane Forex. Got an exciting update to the Hurricane Forex system, so I'm going to take you through it and how to set it up. This is a blank MetaTrader 4. Now I've installed the and if you get it from the market, you'll get, where is it? You get this indicator, the Hurricane, appearing in your indicators. So the first thing we need to do is open a new chart, and see, I've already got the Hurricane Forex. It looks a bit crazy at the moment, but I'll show you what's happened there. So obviously you drag and drop the Hurricane Forex indicator onto your chart, but the next thing you need to do is, because it's got HEIKENASHI, so if we look at some of the indicator functions, let's have a look. We've got some different, use Ashi Candles as true, all kinds of different things you can change there. But what I'm going to do for now is just check my lot size the same. Yeah, one lot. Okay, close that. So once you've done that, so that we need to turn off the normal candles, because I want to use HEIKENASHI. So first of all, we make that a line chart, and then we do Control P, or not Control P for print. We do right click, properties. Here we go. Chart on foreground, turn that off. Okay, and the next thing to do is to go right click, properties. Okay, and colors, line graph. Where is it? Line graph, there we go. Make it black. Okay, and it kind of disappears, you can't really see it. Or make it the same color as your background, and then you're left with just the HEIKENASHI candles, which are drawn by Hurricane Forex Indicator. So once you've done that, what you need to do is to save it. So right click again, do template, save template, make sure it's on the, you want to use that how H1 or H4 or whatever you're going to use, default. And then we're going to go save like that. Yes, now what we've done is save the template, so that's the chart set up. So now we're going to go back into here. Now you need to come to my Discord group. If you go to hurricaneforex.com, you can get a link to it, and you can get a free indicator called Open All Charts. You click it on there and hit OK, and then you wait a bit, and it goes absolutely bonkers crazy. And because it's loading, there it goes, and it comes up with a message eventually and says, I'm finished. I can't see it at the moment. Where is it? Get in there. There you go. Okay, I've closed it. It's done. Now the next thing you need to do is close the first chart. That's the one you opened on. This one here. We can get rid of that. Now if the charts don't display so as beautifully as mine, what you need to do is go ahead and delete. Sorry, go and scroll through them to just get some history on it. I'm just going to do something about this. Let's just change my line color because it's getting on my nerves. So line graph, let's set that to what the background is. I think this one got chart on back. Oh, chart on foreground. Sit there. If I do this, okay, it disappears more or less. But you can fiddle with that. Obviously, I just must have changed that without it. Save it as default template. Yes. Okay. Maybe I saved it as the wrong one. So so basically you go through and you do that, and that will almost get rid of that black line, or the line graph. But basically you can set it to the same. I don't know what color. The other way to do it is go to properties, just go to the colors. Just doing a bit of setup here. I know it's annoying and boring. So background is 97, 97, 97. So set the line graph to the same as the background. So I've got 97. Come on, 97. Come on, 97. Which is this nice grey I use. You see it disappears, and now I'll save it as a template. Save template. Okay, and stick it as default. Save. Yes. Now I've gone through a few of them. So then if I do open all charts again, so now I've got it exactly how I wanted it without that horrible black line. Okay, I can just use this one. Into here. Hurricane Forex, open all charts. Remember, get this from my Discord. Do it again. It's useful to have it done twice anyway. So now I open all charts. The other charts will be okay. This one's still there. So set the line graph to the background. That's it. And okay. It's complete. Thanks for using. Okay, you can see some signals there which we don't want to see yet. So close this. Go back to the first chart, which is this one here, which is wrong. Okay, now I'm set up to run. Okay, I'm set up to use it, and you'll see that there's lots of things going on here, and there we go. And we can scroll through different time frames and everything like that, and you can see how beautiful it looks with a HEIKENASHI chart rather than the standard green and black candlesticks which are hard to see. So let's go through some trades and what's going on. So first thing we're going to do is look at some signals. You can see these are signals here. If you've got a gold dot above or a gold dot below, it's changing direction. Now obviously here I wouldn't take a buy here because I'm actually HEIKENASHI's bearish now. Here's quite nice. I would take a sell there. My target's actually only here, but you could actually extend it to the different fib levels that are provided with the system. But if you want to calculate a trade, so there's a sell trade here, which I wouldn't take instantly because you can see how flat it's got. If you look at the trend strength is still -15, so it's still in a bearish trend, but it's flat. And you could just see it's flat. You can see because you get lots of mixed HEIKENASHI candles. It's all down the bottom. It's kind of sitting at mid fib levels there. So it's probably got more to go bearish, but you've also got these two red and green lines now. This is to control the trade calculator. So if you don't see them, just flip to a different time frame, flip back, and it will reset them. So what you do is you click on it once, and then you can drag it. So click on it once, so it's highlighted, then drag it, and you can see the calculations move. So let's say I was interested in this sell, okay. Click on it and drag it to the stop. It's told me where the stop is, and it says the first take profit where it's probably going to break is there. Where it's probably going to bounce up is there. Let's say I'm a longer term trader. Click on it once, like that. You see it gets highlighted. Let's move it to the next fib level. Alright, now it's telling me there, so my risk is £271 sterling, because this is a sterling account. My reward is £1,910, okay. I'm not going to take that trade because it's flat and it's not moving. And you will get signals via email, so you've got to just evaluate them. So for instance, here's a really lovely signal. Look at this. We're in a bearish move. You can see the trend strength is a negative number, -9%. You can see that this is actually a HEIKENASHI moving average. Uses the same calculations. There's two of them there. That's actually a 50 HEIKENASHI moving average and a 200 HEIKENASHI moving average, and it helps us to see exactly where things are. If we get price crossing over into that new area up here, you can see what's happening. If you get price crossing up, then you're probably going into a bullish trend. In this case, it just reversed because this is Aussie New Zealand. It's like Euro GBP. I don't touch them because they're really flat markets. They don't trade a lot. Their ATR is very small, so the range that they travel is very small. I don't know why this hasn't reset this. So good old MetaTrader 4 can be a bit funny at times. So just ignore the fact there's a black line going through it, because obviously I must have missed and not saved it as default. Anyway, let's get on with the demo. So basically here we've got a nice downtrend. So here you get a signal here, and you can think to yourself, yeah, I'd probably want to take that because we're in a downtrend, except you'd go, it's very flat here. So perhaps what I want to do is wait for another sell HEIKENASHI signal here. Just get in here where it's properly broken that flatness. I don't generally trade on Fridays very much, hardly anything. Just wanted to throw that in. I know people do, but I'm just not I don't really like Friday trading. So here's one here. We can see, in fact, there was a signal on euro dollar. So if I get a window up here, you can get there quicker. Go to hit E, activate. That'll get you to the charts quite quickly. So here's euro dollar, looking fine. There is actually a buy signal on euro dollar. Now I actually consider this quite useful. There's a big bit of flatness first. We're at a fib level, and these green, you see the hatched fib levels, that's normally where the market likes to hang around. So there's a little buy signal. It's kind of popped up. You see how it's stronger. So we've got this buy signal in here. The HEIKENASHI is confirming a buy move, and I'm looking for it to cross back across here. Now the other thing you'll see about when a market changes direction, you can see that the way it crosses. So this was actually a downtrend that turned into an uptrend, and you can see how it did this big rally up, then it pulled back down, pulled back up again, and now we're starting to hit a downtrend, and bang, we're right the way through this I call it no man's land, where we're right the way through it, and it's into a downtrend. So you can see by looking at what these lines are doing, and you'll also notice that this line starts going blue, whereas it was a solid gold line. It's now going to a sort of dim blue line, which means I'm going into a sell. And you can see this again on this one, where we've got quite a strong uptrend actually, and it does look like it's doing a head and shoulders reversal, doesn't it? So you can see there's the first shoulder, there's the neck, there's the head, and you're expecting a second reversal, and you don't get one, but you do get some flat sale signals. However, this will say something like 0% or something like that. I don't know what's happening with this MetaTrader. It's not displaying things quite right, so I'm going to probably clean it down and and start it again, because you see, even though I saved the default thing, it's still not loaded it. So look, some nice buy signals in here. The gold is the target, so the green is the first target, if you like, where it expects to go, and the gold is the second target. So if you're a more reserved trader, you can go for that. If you're a longer term trader, obviously this will work fine on 4 hour charts. So this is a 4 hour chart, and you get bigger, obviously bigger targets. So that's probably more useful to you if you like the longer time frames. H1. In fact, I think I've got another MetaTrader or 4 where the charts are actually looking quite nice. This is one I prepared earlier. So this one I've actually set the line up and everything like that. So yeah, so that's basically it. You've got trade calculation. Now up the hot, you've got an entry helper. If that's all green, don't sell it. Okay, that means that although the HEIKENASHI is saying sell, it's still a sell candle as far as HEIKENASHI is concerned. The market from the open price of the last candle to there is it's getting strong as a buy, so you need to stay out of it. Then you can see the trend strength is reasonably negative at minus 11.42%. You can see by looking at this trend indicator that it's in a bearish trend, and we can see that anyway because by looking at this, but this gives us a bit more of a reminder. So when you get a trade signal, you need to check those basic things like, has it, are we what's our risk reward, where are we going with it. So I actually run 2 of these at once because I run it on 2 different brokers just to check that it's working okay. So yeah, so you can see that when it's set up right, it looks really nice. It's really easy to follow. So you've got a sell, for instance, on here because it's coming out of this bearish trend, so you might want to wait for a pullback on that. Seeing that candle, it does eventually make it to profit there. So yeah, so there you go. I hope that's useful. I'm going to be doing some upgrades and some more updates very shortly. Obviously, updates are free. What you do is you go into your marketplace in MetaTrader 4, and you either uninstall it and reinstall it, or you can actually what you can do is to there's normally an update button, but I've heard from other people that doesn't really work. So yeah. Very useful, but you can use this to trade if you wanted to. So look at this. So there's a sell signal here. So you might say, well, it's really low. It's hitting the bottom of this. You see how the price doesn't make below the green thing. The this fib level. Now these fib levels is where they hang around. They love to hang around and turn around at these levels. So you might wait for a pullback. So you might be tempted to trade it off of this one, but I'd normally wait for a couple of candles off the HEIKENASHI. In fact, this signal here, I'd like to see a couple of candles off the HEIKENASHI before I enter it, and across here. You see that? For my target, and I can hit that first fib level if I want to, even though the target is only there. And in fact, look how it did actually pull back just here. You see there's a little pin bar there, and then it pulls down, and then it goes all hanging around just below, halfway through between that one and that one, because they like to hang around halfway. And then we've got another sell. So there's your sell signal, but maybe better to wait for a proper pull out of it. Sell signal here, down we go. So it's not an exact science because you're predicting the future. Quite like the look of that. So in fact, here is a head and shoulders reversal. Is no one's ever seen one. There's a neck, shoulder, head, shoulder, bang, off we go. That's a textbook. And there's a W there. This chart is full of textbooks things. So there's lots of things to look for. Use it in concurrence with other things if you want to. I use it on its own. I don't really use anything else with it. But I'm very conscious of HEIKENASHI and what that's doing. Very conscious of levels of where things are. And if you tie it together with something like forexsignals.com, there's a link on my website to that. You can get the fundamental information you need as well. So I'm quite tired from doing this. So yeah, do join the Discord. We can have a nice chat about things and maybe look at how we can help you with your trading. I mean, it's like, look at this, flat, flat, flat. Don't trade it. Stay out of it. Yeah, unless you're doing swing trading. But it's very easy with HEIKENASHI to see what's going on in the market. It's much easier than with standard candles. And it's built into Hurricane Forex. So hurricaneforex.com, $30 a month, or you can buy it outright for $800, and there's a few little plans in between. I hope that's useful. Thanks very much.